Hey guys, this is Esther. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am excited to be sharing with you guys how I make my altered junk journals from start to finish. And I think I'm going to break these down into a couple of videos, kind of like a little series, and then you guys can look through them as you need. I'm going to try to keep them short and sweet like me, but I don't know that that's possible because I do like to talk a lot. Now, I did do this series already and I did it live. Unfortunately, I deleted one of the videos. I think it was like the third video, and I didn't know how to recover a video from YouTube, so that video is missing, and I've had a lot of people ask me to please make another video showing how to do that video. So I thought I would do the whole series again. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is going to be a book that you're going to be working with, because this is called an altered junk journal. So it's not a book that you make your pages, but you use the existing pages from a book. My favorite book size is this one, and this one's called the Traveling Sprinkler. I got this at Dollar Tree. It seems that a lot of people use this book because the size is like perfect, because I went back and I have yet to find any more copies of this. So if you spot this at your Dollar Tree, I would recommend this size. But if not, you can use any size you like. It's up to you. Another thing that you should focus on or take into consideration when getting your book is that to make sure you have almost 300 pages. As you can see, this one has 291 pages. So you want to be closer to 300. That way you have a lot of pages to work with. So let's get started. The first thing that I do is I take this cover because I will no longer be needing it. When you open your book, now this is my personal preference, and I'm going to show you how I make it. I want to say about 90% of everything that I do to my junk journals from Irene, and her channel name is, I think, Crafting Irene or Crafty Irene, or I have to go look at what her channel name is. But I got all my ideas from her, and this is the way she taught, except I have kind of twerked it a little, like in the way that I leave more pages or take off more pages, kind of like that stuff. I add certain things that she might not and stuff like that. So most of it though is from her, but this I want to share with you guys how I make mine. So I always like to leave the first and the second page alone. I do not touch those. I do not mess with them. I just leave them alone. From the third page forward, what I like to do is I take off 8 pages. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you're gonna rip those out. Ripping them out is pretty easy if you do it one by one. Now here we have some like big chunks in the middle. You could just come in and kind of start taking them off. Okay, so then once you take your first 8 pages, you're gonna go in here and you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna save those. Then you're gonna come back and you're gonna do 8 more pages that you're gonna rip out. So let's rip out 8 pages. Once you take out those 8 pages, this again is my preference, but remember that you can choose to take off or leave on as many pages as you want. Remember, the more pages you take off, the less of these saved pages you'll have. I would recommend 8 pages at least to take off, since your book is going to be about 300 pages. Once you take out the 8 pages again, you're going to go 1, 2, 3. And you continue to do that. You take out 8 pages and you leave 3 all the way to the end of the book. However, in my case, what I like to do is I like to do 3, and then I take out 8, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I leave 4 the second time because I want to make this into a pocket, but I still want to have that extra page. So I do 4. I leave 4, and then I take out 8 more pages. And then you leave 3, then you take out 8. Wherever you want to put your pockets, that's where I would recommend you leave 4, but that's just optional because you can definitely do pockets just leaving 3. I like to do 4 just because I like to have that extra page for journaling or whatever. So I left 4. I'm going to go ahead and do 8 and then 3, and wherever I want my pocket, I'm going to do 4. So I'm going to go ahead and speed that part up so that you don't have to sit through me ripping pages. Okay, so once you come to almost the end, which as you see I am here, I go to the back, and I also do the same thing that I did in the front. I save the last 2 pages and I don't do anything to those. This that's left over is not 8 pages, but I take those off. Alright, and there you go. You have prepped your book for the next step. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to start from the back. We are going to glue our pages together. Okay, so like I said, the last 2 pages we're going to leave alone. Then you're going to take your pages and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and you see where we did this, all the ripping. You're going to glue those 2 pages together to close that, and so you won't be able to see all the ripping of the pages. So what you'll do is you're going to take your glue and you're going to do a bead of glue all the way around your page, not in the middle, just around, and that should be enough to hold your whole page together. You can use Elmer's glue, or you can use just regular white glue. For the pages, because this paper is thin, I use just regular, school glue. But when it comes time to do the rest, I use Tombow liquid glue, the Tombow mono liquid glue, because that one holds strong. But because these papers are so thin, I can get away with using just regular school glue. Okay, so now I want to make a pocket. So I'm going to go to where I ripped my pages out, because I know that's the next closure I have to do. But this time, instead of going all the way around, I'm just going to put glue on the top and on the bottom, and that's going to leave this space clear for me to make it a pocket. And the reason that I lift it is just to make sure that I am flattening it out good. I like to leave it, 3 to 4 at the most of pockets, but for the most part I close everything. But again, your choice. If you want to add every single closure to be a pocket, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. And the reason you start from the back instead of from the front is because the books have a natural way they close. So in order for all your pages to lay flat, you have to start from the back. Otherwise, if you start from the front, they're going to have like a little, kind of like that. You see how these are flat, but this one's not? It kind of has that little, what is it, like a swoop or a mountain or a bump or a lump, or I don't know. Start from the back, y'all. Just follow my instructions. Now it will warp a little, but it doesn't matter because remember, we're going to cover that once we add the rest of our stuff. So we're just going to continue doing that all the way through our book, adding pockets wherever it is you want pockets. Alright, so now I have prepped all my pages. I have glued the ones that I want to glue, and I have left pockets in the ones I want to left pockets. Normally, guys, I leave 3 of these, like this one, and then one, and then another one, so that I can always have 2 blank ones. But now I wanted to do just 2, so I did show you with 2. But again, remember, you can tweak it and make it your own. This is just to show you the basics of how to make it. And I keep saying that over and over because I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, she's doing it super wrong. It would be way better if she did it like this. If your way works better for you, I would 100% recommend that you do it your way. This is just showing you how I do mine. Sometimes I leave 2, sometimes I leave 3. It just really depends what you want to do. In this book, I did 4 pockets. So it's going to be, let me find one with a pocket. This one. Okay, so this one is a pocket, as you can see in here. I have left room to do something, to put something in there. And now all my pages are done, and so far this is what it's looking like. So we have a before and an after. So this is kind of what they're going to be looking like. So that's going to be it for video number 1, prepping your book. You've taken out what you're not going to use. Don't throw those away, because you will be able to use those making little envelopes or little extra things that you can add inside your pockets that you will include in your journal. And that's it, guys, for today on this series. For number 1, I will come back in a couple of days with number 2 and number 3 until we are done making the book. Thank you so much for everybody who has shown interest in these videos. So yeah, I'll be back in a few more days with part number 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys like this video, and if you haven't yet, subscribe and join our tiny family. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!